Incoming transmission. SES Night of Conviction.
Mayday! Mayday! Superearthpod! If you're reading me, we could really use some help!
I need stems!
I heard you're giving out super credits for the next war bond! We are lost in the sauce on the Meissa system! We don't have the right gear, and we're finding out the hard way that the right gear makes a difference!
Burn in the fires of...
Stand by!
Helldiver reporting for duty.
Watching orbital! Oh no, not again! Anyways, send some super credits my way so we can give them hell! In the name of democracy! Sweet liberty! What are those things? Kill them! Kill them all!
End of transmission. End of transmission. End of transmission. Mission. 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 End of transmission. End of transmission. End of transmission.
Oh yeah, they called her stage 5 clinger, and you were not wrong, dude. That dog
Stage,
is...
dude, she's an extreme lapdog. Like that's her sport, you know.
Yeah. Hardcore lap dogging.
Yeah, and then here she goes. She's going in a circle, and she's done. She's in. She's down. She is down for the count. What a champion of lapping.
She's crawling up. She's looking at your face.
She's smelling, and she's out. She's out for the next 5 hours. A champion of her sport.
Oh, that was great. And yeah, I took her for walks in the morning and at night, and we were playing around. She was watching Netflix with me. It was a good time.
Dude, you did a great job. How about that that clip that we just heard coming into the pod, coming in hot?
Yeah, Anthony. I think I said in the last episode that the winner was going to be chosen at random, but then we heard that.
And we had to change the rules.
Yeah. How can you not reward somebody who puts that kind of effort in? So
that was above and beyond the call of duty there. And yeah, man, when you go through that and you actually make a whole soundbite like that, I mean, we just got to applaud and say you win.
Yeah, absolutely. And Anthony, I apologize. By this point in time, we have not gotten you the funds. So I thought we'd be able to gift him some super credits on Steam, and that apparently is not possible. So we'll have to figure out like PayPal or Cash App or something.
Oh, we'll work that out for sure. That'll happen.
Yeah.
We're good for it. Don't you worry, and it's coming.
It's coming.
So yeah, I missed a week. Sorry, I like we were mentioning, I was away. We took a little family vacay to the New England area. Shout out to all the, super earth potters out there, or liberators at this, or divers.
Yeah. It's there's an intense battle going on the Spotify here. Looking at like the poll on what people want to be called.
Yeah, what do they want to be called?
Under threat of orbital bombardment, which nickname would you choose? And Divers is actually winning now.
Huh?
Yeah. 42.9% Divers. Liberators was winning for a while there.
Okay.
Not anymore.
How many people have reported at this point?
42 votes.
42 votes, not too bad, but how many days left from this point?
14.
14. Okay, that's 2 weeks. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, so by the time we get this, maybe like a day or two, so like, whatever, 12 days. So I'm going to put it out there. What if we make this little poll the determining factor of the name? What do you say? What do you say, Mike?
I'm okay with that.
I'm cool with that too. And right now, it's just falling in line with the Helldivers Discord with the divers, right?
The Reddit, yeah.
With the Reddit. Oh, I'm sorry, with the Reddit. Okay, but I personally, I'm going to put it out there. I voted for Liberators.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like
I
it.
voted for Potters, even though I
Oh.
wasn't really too sold on it. I just wanted to see because there were a few votes by the time that I voted,
Yeah.
so I wanted to see what the votes were.
How about that?
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I see what you're saying. Just to see the results.
yeah, I guess I could have voted I don't care, but I wanted to.
Yeah, I didn't want to stay impartial. I want to put my 2 cents in.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so like after this time is done, that's what we're going to refer to you as. I mean,
Yep.
you
No,
know.
this is we fight for democracy, and
Right.
this is
Oh,
a democratic solution to the nickname.
I love it. Yeah,
So,
that's a great way to put it.
yeah.
Once again, Mike coming in with the smooth talk.
And now for your future nickname.
Nice. We'll have a big reveal party, but we'll be like, it's the same name.
It's the name you were expecting all along.
Oh, so yeah, man. Glad to be back again. Gone, come back. What's going on here? But I did miss a lot.
Oh yeah.
I haven't even started I haven't even played, so I hope you have, because
I
I'm
have.
counting on you to explain everything I missed. So go for it, dude. Crickets.
Everything.
Everything.
Oh man, changes galore. Changes galore. There was a major order where we
What?
had to choose.
Uh-huh.
There was some bot missions, right? And we had to choose between securing the anti-tank mine materials, and
They're still trying to deliver that to us, aren't they?
they are trying. But this is hilarious, dude. They gave us an attempt at those again, but at the same time, we had to choose between liberating that or liberating a planet where there were a bunch of children
What?
that needed to be saved.
Little civilian, like little.
Yeah, super Earth civilians,
Awesome.
little kids, and the community chose the kids.
Of course.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go.
instead of the anti-tank mines.
That just goes to show you the heart and soul of the people out there are,
Mm-hmm.
everyone's pretty much a good person at heart. Anywho, so they chose the children.
Yep.
That's cool. How long did it take, do you think? Like, or do you remember?
How long did it take?
Yeah. Did you participate?
Yes, I did. Yeah,
Very cool.
I fought on oh my gosh, what planet was it? Vernon Wells.
Vernon Wells.
Yeah.
The actor. Cool.
The actor. The actor? So there's a note here from the Helldivers Discord that says, "Dear Helldivers, thank you so much for saving us. They told us you made a lot of sacrifices to help us. We'll always be grateful. Now we can grow up to become Helldivers too."
Whoa.
Yeah, with liberty, the very sick children of super citizen Anns.
Okay, so explain, like, walk me through the actual, like, what happened in the mission, if you can remember. Yeah.
I don't think there were really any major like differences in terms of the like objectives,
Okay.
but we did have to liberate a planet in order to get to the planet that mattered, and that was cool because with the latest patch, we now see the supply lines
Oh wow.
in game.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah,
The lines that we need to kind of like to see if you want. Okay, cool. Because
yeah,
it's not like you can just move down the line. You gotta Wow.
Yeah, we had to make our way there.
Why do I miss these monumental events?
Well, you didn't miss the black hole, so
That's true. I didn't miss that one. That was huge.
yeah, that was probably the biggest event so far in the game. So I'm curious, where this is going to lead with saving the children, and that brings up that they have included now an actual campaign to donate to Save the Children, a charity.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
So
we will be making a contribution. We encourage anybody out there with a little extra, whether it's $10 or $5 or whatever.
oh
And
wow.
the funny thing about that is that you remember when I was in Austin, Texas,
Yeah.
I actually worked for Save the Children.
You did?
Yeah,
Look at you.
yeah,
It's coming full circle, Mike.
yeah. That's pretty funny.
This is pretty awesome. So they were inspired by the community
Hmm.
and obviously choosing the right choice and saving the children, and they made a donation to a charity.
Yeah,
Awesome. And then yeah, I mean we'll follow the leader absolutely and fall in line and donate as well. That's a great idea. I think I would encourage everyone to give back in any way. But was there a certain amount that they chose, or
oh, like a goal.
yeah?
Not that I know of.
Okay,
So there may be, I think
so
they're
we
just kind of putting it out there.
could we single-handedly save all the children that need in our world?
You and I, or the
No, the
community at
community.
large?
Yeah, the community at large, of course.
I mean, I'm sure, everything, every little bit helps,
That's awesome. I mean,
you know.
that's such a cool idea, like to do that. Um, hats off to these guys. They're it's not just a game; it's
Yeah.
life, and life, fun, liberty. Um,
I mean,
wow.
that's great. I mean, it's just another way that they are like going meta on us. You know what I mean?
Meta
Like
and a half.
giving us real world major orders, that are tied to things that we're doing in the game or tied to the game itself. And
Exactly.
I think that's awesome. They said something, I read something about the automatons relocating some of their resources because they knew that we were coming for like the anti-tank mine materials.
Okay.
And, yeah, so and that to me was just like another cool thing that they're adding in there. So they're like, and I don't know how these guys are doing that. And by guys, I mean guys and girls. It's like hermanos in Spanish. It kind of incorporates everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Brothers in arms.
exactly. So I don't know how they can do this. Because not only are they giving us these major orders, now it looks like they are reacting, at least story wise, in real time to what we're doing, which is kind of what they were already doing. But now they're like, this was almost like a mid order change, to what was going on. They were saying, like, oh, we've noticed that the automatons are reacting to what we're doing. And
That's pretty awesome.
that's so cool.
So the automatons decided to shift their stuff based on our movements.
Yeah, they started like moving resources off planet.
Oh wow.
This is just, come on, how? It's
Yeah,
just the coolest thing.
it's D&D in in
Yeah.
a mass scale. Speaking of that,
Okay.
did we not ask where Joel was? And then what did I say? I sent you an article that Joel happened to say something. Oh, did he now?
Yeah. Well, I noticed like as we were publishing the episode, there were people in the Discord talking about what's going on with Joel.
Yeah.
And so apparently Joel is in need of some help, which is understandable. So they are bringing in at least one more game master
Oh, wow.
to help Joel. So that's what's going on. I'm sure Joel has just been buried. You know, like we were saying, we don't know how they do it. So
yeah, we don't know how. You don't know who Joel is. We don't know if
yeah.
he's a real person. We don't know if it's Johan even. You know, because I mean, Johan seems to speak for him for some reason. You know, so maybe it's him. Maybe that's why he's going more to the creative side. You know,
could yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to posit that.
And he's got that kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like thread puller kind of guy. Like, and you know, in his posts, you know. You know, I wouldn't put it past him if it's him. If Joel and Johan are the same.
I'm still on the side that Joel is
Puppet
a real
man.
person.
Yeah, but you know, Johan is a puppeteer, if you will.
Yeah, Johan posted a pretty significant blog post recently regarding the latest patch.
Oh yeah, let's talk about this patch. Oh my gosh.
So I don't know how
extensive
into this you want to get. It's pretty extensive.
Just give me some high points, and then you know we'll post it on the description so people can read it at their own leisure.
All right, so I will. I'll start off with the main text. Johan Bilstedt here, now in the Chief Creative Officer position at Arrowhead. First, I want to thank you. What?
AKA Joel.
Oh my gosh. First, I want to thank you, the community, for clearly voicing your opinions and concerns for the balance and fun of the game. With that, we have gone over a lot of the weapon and stratagem balance in our last patch, and we wanted to share with you a little more information. So with these balance changes, we wanted to buff up some of the weaker stratagems to make them more viable and add more opportunity for variety and loadouts. We also changed a few to make them more consistent, but the goal was to keep a similar or higher power level. So they changed the rocket sentry. He goes into what like their design goal was. So he says the old intent was to saturate an area with rockets, but it was too inconsistent against medium and large enemies. The machine gun sentry was, he says, the machine gun sentry felt like a worse version of the Gatling sentry, which is true.
Yeah.
So they lowered the cooldown on that. So let's see. The sentry turrets in the game were a little too easily killed by the bullets flying in chaotic situations, so they have increased the durability factor on all of the sentries. They increased the turning speed on the HMG emplacement.
Oh, I like using that one. Is that that's the one where you actually sit in it and shoot? I know it goes so slow.
I know.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you used to use that a lot when we first started playing. So, yeah, and I tried using it, and it just was way too slow. So it'd be interesting to try it now. Let's see. They buffed the minefields. The minefields are supposed to be a strong but volatile way of blocking off certain approaches. They are currently not very good at filling this role. So for now, we are increasing their damage to at least improve their effectiveness. So
okay.
The orbital Gatling barrage was not effective when dealing with specific targets. So it is still not very likely to outright kill heavily armored targets, but should be able to soften them up a bit. So they also lowered the cooldown to make it more competitive with the Eagle.
Well, how about that? So like after we talked about all the meta stuff last episode, and they're like, oh, bringing this in, this works all the time. Bring this in. They changed it right the next week. I mean, but they were gonna change. We didn't know, but
no. I mean, obviously they've been working on this on these changes for a while.
Right.
So the orbital precision strike's original intent was to be used against spawners and fixed positions. See, this is interesting. They're telling us what the purpose of these stratagems is supposed to be.
Right.
Right. The precision strike it's supposed to be used against spawners and fixed positions. Um, however, this hasn't stopped the community from using it against pretty much everything.
Uh,
So we
I mean,
wanted to make it a little easier to use against moving targets and lower the call-in time.
very good.
So
I'm in favor of any lowering of call-in time because that's going to keep us alive. You know, I don't know how
yeah,
many times I'm like, I'm dead in the water because I'm just waiting for everything to kind of
mm-hmm.
get the cooldowns are, which is the cooldowns are killers, man. They're killers. So
Right.
I'm glad they're switching that up.
So I'll skip a little bit because people already use the 110 rocket pods a lot in the airburst strike. The Eagle strafing run was changed. They say
No.
that it's supposed to be a tool to effectively deal with small groups of medium armored enemies. So they've increased its armor penetration to reliably penetrate medium armored targets and soften up heavily armored enemies. So, yeah.
That's the Eagle airstrike, the regular
strafing run.
Oh, the strafing run. Oh, yeah. I like the strafing run because you can call it in real quick. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it doesn't have like a big area of effect, so you can call it in pretty close to yourself
Right.
and your teammates, and it's not, you're not going
gonna
to kill everybody. So they changed the explosion damage on the grenade launcher.
Oh.
They said it was a little too weak to reliably damage medium enemies, so they buffed that. It was weak because it had low damage and impact with the fire rate. So the heavy machine gun intent was to be a great option dealing with medium armored enemies and should chew them up easily, similar to the HMG emplacement.
Mm.
So they're lowering the rate of fire, but increasing the damage and stagger. So maybe that'll be viable.
Yeah, I was using it a little bit when it first came out. I was kind of liking it. Yeah, the clip size wasn't very large, but it's going to be tough to beat that stalwart.
Yeah.
If I want to bring in a machine gun.
So I'm going to skip a couple things here because they're fixes to stuff that people are already using or improvements. So they say durable damage for rifle calibers. Small arms fire in the game does less damage to durable body parts. However, many small arms were doing the same damage percentage-wise, not representing the larger impact a rifle type round would have compared to other types. Therefore, rifle type bullets are now significantly more effective against durable body parts. And it says here, durable body parts are, in general, body parts that have a high amount of mass with non-vital organs or a lot of empty space. The idea is to simulate that a single bullet has a high chance of not dealing significant damage. And that just reading that doesn't really make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, playing the game and then trying out the weapons and see if they do new stuff. Like that's pretty much how I'll figure it out. What works.
Yeah. So the changes, it basically they wanted to improve the ability to damage like durable body parts. So these changes are to the Liberator, the Stalwart, the Machine Gun Guard Dog, Liberator Concussive, Diligence, Adjudicator, Tenderizer, Machine Gun Sentry, Gatling Sentry, and Patriot exosuits.
Oh,
Gatling.
I gotta check that out.
The one thing they snuck in with this patch, and I've seen memes online of like a Trojan horse, going up to the gate and pretending to be like Arrowhead trying to sneak this stuff in. So they had all these balance changes, but they added like Shrieker patrols and gunship patrols.
Okay.
So those like super annoying gunships that would,
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, now they fly around looking for you.
Oh, like Terminator.
Yeah,
Very
totally.
good. And then the shriekers are the flying bugs
Yeah.
that'll
Yes.
slice you up. Like those are
Yes.
straight out of Starship Troopers, by the way. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, they do the same thing in that movie.
So basically, they buffed the Adjudicator, the Tenderizer, the Purifier, and the Explosive Crossbow. Um,
So more tools, but then you got more bugs and bots to kind of get you in a
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And then look for the skies. Look in the skies. So maybe those jump packs might be needed now, right?
Maybe. Yeah.
Maybe could they put a little bit more time that you're actually jumping with the jump pack? Because I noticed when I used them way back in the beginning, you know, um, I thought it was going to be cool, but like it doesn't, it doesn't really pop you up for that long, you know?
No. No, I guess it's just kind of like a get out of jail free card. Almost every once in a while, you just burst your way out of danger. And it seems like that's its primary purpose, which to me, like you're saying, it's not really very useful. I mean, I see people playing with it, sometimes, but I don't know.
I don't see anybody. I don't remember anybody using it effectively, anyways. So I haven't
Yeah.
seen anyone use it the right way for me to be like, oh, I want to use it like that as well. So I don't know. Somebody's got to start a trend.
Yeah. So I will say, I used the tenderizer. Like they really buffed the tenderizer a lot.
Okay.
That assault rifle from the previous war bond, Polar
Oh,
Patriots.
the one that everyone was like, yeah, no,
It sucks. Yeah.
yeah,
Now it doesn't suck.
awesome.
Yeah. It is very effective. So that's pretty cool.
So is it better than the breaker?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of situational. I would
Right.
say it's up there now.
Okay.
It's
So
definitely a viable option. Yeah,
very cool. What about that war bond? Did that war bond come out then? Did that come out as well?
it sure did.
That looked cool. I watched a video and they were in the jungle and using knives and they have cool hats. Do you own it?
I do.
Okay. And
I do.
you
I've
had enough
unlocked.
credits.
Yeah, I've unlocked a few things, but I haven't used
Did
anything
you
from
win
it yet.
your super credits from Super Earth podcast?
Well, I suppose in a way I did. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't really, because they changed so much with
Hmm.
this last patch. I've been trying, stuff that they changed
Oh, okay, cool.
before moving on to the new stuff. So
Very good.
I don't really know. There's a Liberator Carbine, which seems kind of cool. It just has like a high rate of fire, and maybe, uh, you know, it seems like a what's the word? How should I put this? It seems like very similar to the Liberator, but it shoots out a lot more rounds in a shorter period of time. So you can like do a similar amount of damage faster,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah.
I'll probably have to purchase this one. So my question, I think my question, kind of like how I was out for a week and all this new information came out, is what is keeping people playing now? Like, what is keep making people play at the, uh, I mean, there's people out there that have everything. Are they playing for the war bonds? Are they hoping new enemies show up? Are they just practicing? Are they just so ingrained to like just go and play Helldivers that they go and play Helldivers? Like what's keep people playing? You think? Just curious.
It's probably a combination of everything you just said.
Oh,
I think perhaps more than anything, it's the community around the game.
okay, cool.
The social aspect of the game. Uh, we've had some interesting major orders recently, so that was kind of a big deal. The Warbond coming out, the patch, I think that brought a pretty good amount of people back to the game.
Okay.
So
do you think in order for this game to obviously sustain its popularity, will it need to constantly create these events? Do you think it can exist and just maintain its course or its its popularity, or does it need to constantly keep
well, it's interesting.
its
I think the story is going to play a big part, in the long term success. I think occasionally dropping new stratagems is going to help.
okay?
Um, the war bonds, they've already said that they're going to slow down on the war bonds and try and focus on like the quality of the experience because over the past couple of months the game's taken some hits. People weren't happy, with the last couple war bonds. So, I think overall the health of the game is more dependent on the quality of what they put out as opposed to the quantity of what they put out. And I think that they were so surprised by the success that they felt they had to try and deliver on a level that is really not sustainable. And it showed, right?
Right.
People on Reddit and stuff like that saying like nobody play tested this, nobody, which obviously that's not true. Obviously they're play testing everything and they're doing their absolute best. But that doesn't always result in success. So I think, they're bringing in somebody else to help Joel, which I think is going to be key to their long-term success. Keeping the missions interesting, keeping the major orders interesting. Unfortunately, no game can sustain like high levels of success forever.
Absolutely.
I think as time goes by, games are going to come out. DLCs for already successful games are going to come out. And they just have to focus on what they do well and keep delivering on their niche, And I think one of the best things about this game is that you can take a break from it and come back.
Right.
If there's something else, you might miss out on something cool like the black hole, but you come back, it's going to be the same game.
Right on. In my hope is okay. They're giving us this all these weapons and stratagems and war bonds and whatnot to have and then get everything tweaked to a level where it's fun but still challenging. You know what I mean? Just that right combo, and then in my hope of hopes, like story. Just story, just because like story is gonna drive or dictate the longevity of this franchise, of this game. Not the franchise, because you can always do Helldivers 3 and start the whole thing all over again. So it's all good. Like I think Helldivers is here to stay as far as forever. Just and listening to Kyle, who played Helldivers 1, it seems like these like he was said he's like something crazy like 100 wars or something like that, 200 wars. And so that's kind of like my hope is they get all the stuff tweaked to a good amount, sprinkling some new stuff here and there, but hopefully stuff like the black hole or this kid saving stuff becomes the norm and not like the exception to all the tweaks and patches and in war bonds. In my and like who am I? I'm nobody, but in my hope of hope, just to like every week be like, oh wow, something story wise happened that is super awesome.
Yeah. And I think, yeah, you touched on, yeah, the core elements like the story and the gameplay, which I think they're trying to focus on, by buffing all these different weapons and stratagems. They're trying to make it, um, fun.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah, because I mean, as much as we love this game, I did find myself like I'm using the same armor all the time. I'm
Yeah.
using the same weapons all the time. I'm using the same stratagems all the time.
I'm playing with the same people all the time.
I'm playing with this same guy every time.
Every time. Super annoying.
Can't get rid of this guy.
Hi, what are we doing? Where are we going next? Carrying
We're
the
diving.
same guy all the time.
No, dude, you have gotten way better at this game.
I'm settling in for a slow, gentle rise. You know what I mean? Because if I try to learn too much, I'm going to get burnt out. Too much too fast, and then it's going to seem like work. But if it seems like I'm, trying some new stuff out and getting success, but also some setbacks, you know what I mean? It'll just inspire me to keep trying and keep
I think
moving
that's
forward.
I think that's a good approach. I mean, I was on the game a couple nights ago and I was looking through like the SOS beacons and I saw like level 11, level 16 fighting together on suicide mission
Whoa.
difficulty, or level 6, which is what, intense or something like that. Extreme.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why? Like, why are you doing that to yourself? We broke ourselves in very slowly.
Right.
And I think that's, I don't know if people jump into those missions hoping that like higher level people will jump in and carry them. But for me, yeah, it's more about getting better gradually and just having fun instead of like just sweating the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, sweating here and there is cool. You know, getting beat down is cool every once in a while.
Every once in a while.
But it's also cool to like be like, oh, I got this. I know exactly what to do. Like, or guess what? I think I might have memorized a stratagem.
What?
Yeah. I can definitely pull off like the revive.
Yeah.
That's one and maybe there's one where you'd have to just hit 3 things. I might have that one. And I think
That's a strafing run, I think.
and I think that's why I think I like that one. And I think I like the Eagle airstrike. I'm starting to kind of not have to look at, which is good.
Yeah. I think I've got the Eagle airstrike down. I couldn't say it right now, but when I'm playing the game, I don't have to think about it.
Very good.
I'm pretty good with the it's not the strafing run, cluster bomb.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were using that for bots a while back. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was killing everybody. I've gotten better. So what I realized is that the strafing run always lands in a perpendicular path to how it was thrown.
Oh.
So, yeah. So when you throw it out, they're going to come from, right to left. So yeah, it'll drop in a line, across the path that you threw it. And that's how you can kind of throw it without killing people.
Awesome.
Because you can plan on the line that it's gonna.
You know what? That's something I've been trying to think about. Something I wanted to bring up a while back is asking the people out there, because you don't get a lot of instructions when you get the game.
Right.
And that was a lot of fun. Is like learning the game on the fly. So like some of those things, like, oh wow, share with us your, oh, I just learned something in the game moment from way back when, from like when a game first launched.
Yeah.
Like me figuring out that when I used my pistol to melee, it took less hits. You know what I mean? That's something they don't tell you. Like the pistol was a lot faster to kill some bugs than the Liberator, which you would think it would be the other way around. or finding out that the bugs actually can hear you, and if you just throw your pods at the beginning, they swarm you because they
Yeah.
hear you. You know,
Right.
they
Right.
have hearing. They
Right.
don't tell you that. You know what I mean? In
In the game,
in the
yeah.
instruction manual, which there is none, I don't think. You
Or
know,
the changing of the scopes or the RPMs.
exactly. They don't tell you any of
Yeah.
that. Oh yeah,
Right.
yeah. Remind us when you hit that button and you saw that thing, and you're like, "What does that do?" Like, you know what I mean? Or,
Mm-hmm.
or remember what we just found out about the auto cannon? How it, you know, you can put it on full auto. You know, they don't.
Oh yeah.
They
I've
don't.
still never done that. Still never done it. I did use the Emancipator exosuit the other day. The autocannon exosuit
Oh, very good. Yeah,
on a bot mission, dude. That thing shreds.
that was awesome. That's so much fun. I know. They did
I
us.
always see people using them,
Yeah,
like the exosuits. You use them a lot,
I like it.
and I've never used it. I've never used either
That's
one.
you didn't pop into mine? No, that was Melatonin Madman. That's what popped into mine once.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Let's do this. You know,
Yeah.
dude, it was fun.
Treat yourself, you know? Treat
Yeah.
yourself. You've earned it.
Exactly.
You've earned
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I've earned it.
You've
Yeah.
earned it.
One thing I did realize over the past week or so playing, I did meet up with some people in the Discord, and that was cool. There were a couple times when I was playing by myself because sometimes I like it a little slower paced.
Right.
You know, sometimes I've had a long day. My head's a little iffy, and I just want a little quiet bombing of bugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I
Do some
jumped in.
some light democracy work. Some light spreading of democracy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I jumped in to a few matches with some randos on some lower levels, and they were low level players.
Okay.
And not even that low level, actually, like 20s, 30s, and like 10s. And I realized, like, watching these people that we've played with in the Discord, I've gotten a lot better at the
Whoa.
game. Better than I realized. Like, you know how we're always getting carried? Like, there's
Yeah.
always somebody who's like, okay, we're going here, we're going here. They're dropping the stratagems before we can punch it in,
Yeah.
all that stuff. I was that guy.
Oh wow. You were.
I was that guy for a night.
Nice. How did that feel?
It felt good. It felt great.
How
It
about
felt
that?
great. Yeah. I've been so Kyle used to say all the time that he used the recoilless rifle. I was never good enough to use the recoilless rifle because I would die all the time.
Right. Okay.
But I have recently started using the recoilless rifle and not dying. So that's one of the things that has been fun for me is like changing up, not always bringing in the eats, you know, and taking down multiple drop ships, you know, with the
Sure.
recoilless rifle. And I think that's becoming my new favorite over the eats.
Oh,
It's like, yeah.
the
I mean,
recoil. That's the one with the rounds in the backpack, the big ones. Yeah, I like that. I like that weapon. It does some damage. You know, it's fun. You know, You know, it's just it takes forever to reload, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna pack a wallop. So,
But it is kind of like having, you know, a magazine full of eats at your disposal if you can stay alive.
right.
So I think over a couple days ago I got like 30 plus kills with it just shooting down dropships.
Cool. Wow, that's great.
And one of my favorite moments happened recently. I took a long shot at this dropship that was way off around somebody who was kind of away from the group, and I hit it, and it spiraled down and took out the last fabricator on the map.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was super cool.
That's
I, like,
super awesome.
freaked out.
Hey, one thing you were, if I could call back to, you were talking about, playing solo and taking it a chill. Did they do something to the lobbies, or can you have a private lobby now? Was that real?
Invite only.
Invite only. So how does that work?
So you can so it's basically like friends or open lobby.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now you can set it to invite only, so that you can invite people, and I hope people in your lobby can invite people, because that would make a lot of sense.
So does that mean it's like a private group then?
Basically, yeah.
Oh, so people can't just like join in, like how they.
People can't just jump in. Yeah, if you have it set to that.
Interesting. So we can just go back to just me and you. If we wanted to,
if we wanted to, we could like the old days.
Yeah.
Before we started playing with a ton of other people.
Yeah, but playing with a ton of people is how we learn. How we grow, how we try new things.
Oh yeah, we sucked.
Oh my gosh, yeah. If it was just going to be me and you, I don't feel like we could be doing this. You know what I mean? Like, and have any kind of integrity to our, to our name, because, we're in a bubble. We don't know anything. I think.
Right.
I think having everyone else's input and their stories and their, their effort, and I think it really is hopefully making us more well-rounded as two guys that want to talk about the game publicly.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Like, I give all the credit that night that I was like guiding those groups.
Yeah.
Through the missions. I was able to do that because of I watched the people that we play with.
Nice.
Yeah, I can barely take any credit, really. I'm just doing what I saw working.
Steel sharpening steel, I guess.
There you go.
Yeah, pretty simple. You want to do some ship names and strap on some controllers and get in there, or?
Yeah, and I'm thinking maybe this week we'll do another episode of just stories. Like, maybe I'll drop a story episode.
I love it. Yeah,
if I get the time. And we know we missed a few stories.
We're going back. We just gotta double check, make sure we didn't.
We are going to go back and hit some of the stories that we missed. To help us out on that front, if you submitted a story and we haven't read it yet, I don't tag us somehow, email us,
Yeah, all you got to say is WTF ? And we'll know. We'll know what you're talking about.
WTF ? And
if you're really mad, WTF to the second power.
Ooh. Yeah, like, hey guys, I sent my story and you failed to read it. But I know there are like, I thought we had all the stories in the Discord already, but there's like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
We went back and we were like, whoa, we never read these.
Wow.
So we're gonna get to them, just not today because we're already kind of running over.
Running over Eagle 4.
Running
over
Eagle
4. All right, so we do got some ship names we can do, because that's pretty quick.
Ship names.
Oh,
naming them.
Was that the guy from Halo?
The Halo guy?
Yeah.
Ship names.
All right. Man. So we got Shelby coming in on the Spotify with the SES founding father of the Constitution.
Thank you for your service, Shelby.
Thank you for your service, Shelby. That's a lot of S's. I'm sorry. My mouth does not work that good. Shelby on Spotify, SES.
Oh, that SES Consta shall be Spotify. SES.
Oh, and
Yeah.
that's kind of fitting. That's where I was. I was in the New England and Boston area. So how about that?
Hey.
I know.
Wow.
I got to see
Yeah.
where they freaking read the Declaration of Independence from the
Whoa.
balcony, dude. It was like surreal. I'm telling
Whoa.
you, if you guys live in Boston and you're around these like monumental history class buildings and events, I can't believe like actually like these places are real. You know, if you got a chance
Yeah.
to walk in the footsteps of our founding fathers, that really created liberty and democracy, well, in a way, republic, but I don't know, man. It was awesome.
That's
You know,
cool.
this and then in Washington D.C. I mean, these places exist. They're not just textbooks. They're not words. They're actual places. Yeah, I live my whole little history pilgrimage. So,
Which, yeah, I mean, I know you're into history, you know, so that had to be super cool.
yeah, dude, it was like I can't believe it. You know, like
That's cool, man.
yeah. So
Yeah, we'll definitely have to dive into that subject. Hey, badunks. All right. Next, we have Israel coming to us from Spotify. The name, not the country. The SES Aegis of Conviction.
nice, Aegis. That's the first one for that one. For that little.
There was one other Aegis.
That's the second one for that one.
For Aegis, yeah. And the first person told us what Aegis meant, and it was like shield or something like that.
Shield of conviction. Very good, Aegis. All right. Let's see here. And our final one for today is in Coruscant, coming in on Spotify. And he is inspired by the JT Music's Helldiver song To Liberty and Beyond with the SES Dawn of Destruction.
Nice.
Very good.
Thank you for your service.
Yes, thank you for your service. Thank you for the little inspired by to check out that song, To Liberty and Beyond. Check that out.
So speaking of ship names.
Ship names?
I've been considering, right? Because one of our Discord members posted that they I think we read it in the last episode. They changed a bunch of their ship names, the end of it to Of War.
Uh-huh.
I've been considering changing my ship name to show solidarity with our Discord members. So, but it's still Hammer of Liberty.
You're still hammering that liberty away, huh? Think.
I am still hammering out the liberty. But I may at some point change it to something Of War, just to kind of show support for our fellow divers. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I haven't even thought about changing it. I have to look through, but you know, maybe with this, like, you know, like I said, with this trip, maybe I'm inspired. But I like it. I like the truth. I think it's, you know, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, Harbinger of Truth. Yeah.
Which is kind of funny. So I don't know. But yeah, everyone keep sending your ship names. You know, any way you can. Gmail at superearthpod@gmail.com. You know, if you like the Instagram, whatnot, or Twitter, Super Earth Podcast or Super Earth Pod on Twitter. Join the Discord, dude. The numbers are like crazy. Like, what the heck,
dude? I woke up this morning and there were like 10 more people in the Discord.
So yeah, those people, you know, get involved in the Discord. It's a lot of fun. The memes are hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I love it.
You know, put your stories in there. We promise, you know, we will get to them. And we will, you know, but that gives them a chance to at least breathe, you know, in the ether of the community.
Yeah.
There's people making art, I think, and making their own, like, hey, what do you think of this? There's people like making their own costumes.
Dude, yeah, like their own helmets and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's go test out some of these new weapons.
Let's do this.
All Super Earth podcast content is based on the game Helldivers 2, created by Arrowhead Game Studios and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment.
End of transmission.